Hi, in this video we're going to look at plugins and themes. Now in the same way as we have created a blog library, we need to create a plugin library which sits under here and a themes library, and then we can manage those plugins and those themes. There's a couple of ways of doing that again to add to the library, both very straightforward. We have two forms at the top of the page here. Again, we're still on the main control page. This one is add remote and web-based plugins or themes to the library. Now those are ones that are based on a web from a URL. Primarily you would pull those from the WordPress plugin directory, the free plugin directory, but they can be pulled from anywhere on the web that has them available. And then we have local, or sometimes they're known as premium themes. These are ones where you have to download them to your PC and then upload them, normally via the upload process, to your blogs individually. But we can add those in as well, and they will appear in the same library. So we'll end up with a library that doesn't matter whether they're local plugins or whether they're web-based plugins. They'll all work the same from our central library. Similarly, we have a themes library, and we use exactly the same forms. The only difference is you see down here we can either add a local plugin or add a local theme. Just depends on what we enter. And again here with the remote ones, we can add a theme or a plugin, and we simply select which button to press and it will decide whether to add it to the themes library or the plugin library. Okay, let's go and see how we do that in practice. Now I've got some links here to the WordPress free plugins directory and the WordPress free themes directory. Let's just go to the plugins directory first. And that will open up a tab for us, and in here you can search for whatever plugin you want, for instance. So let's just say I want a backup plugin. Then we've got all sorts of plugins here, and basically let's just go to a plugin that we want. And when we see the download, this is just backup. I'm not recommending this one actually, but this is just to show you what we can upload. So we right click that button and we copy link location. Okay, so right click, copy link location. Then we can go back here and we can simply paste that URL into this add remote plugin or theme library field. We're going to cover up a couple of other options here as well. I remember before we had groups. Now groups are kind of shared. In other words, we've just got groups. We can have groups specifically for the blogs, and we can have groups specifically for plugins, but they're all shared in the same list. So let me pick one of these. I'll take this WPT one again and select that group. And in custom, I can put anything I like, and that will give me a tooltip on the actual plugin when it's in the library. So for instance, if I want to do one just for test only, not live use, then I can now add that plugin. And that would add it to this library here. Now, if you remember, we're talking about groups. This is an important note here because this catches people out sometimes, is that you won't see anything in the library currently. And that's because we haven't selected any group. So we need to go over here again, just above where we selected the blog groups. We've got the blog group all selected here. And I've now got the plugin theme group. And again, I can select, now we know we had it in WPT. So let me just open that one up. And now you can see that the plugin has appeared in that library. Now I'm going to just select all so that we don't get confused while I'm showing you stuff, so that whatever groups we put it in, we're going to see everything for the moment. So there we go. I have just dropped that in there. And as I said, if I now hover over it, you'll see it says test only, not live use, and WPT. So it tells me what group I'm in as well. So I know exactly what I need to do or not need to do with that plugin, because I'm going to remember everything. When you get 50 plugins in here, it's a lot to remember. So it's useful to be able to have these tips and little custom text that you can add to it. Okay, let's just go to the plugin directory again. This time I'm going to go to just look for red. Big red button sounds like a good one. Just click that one. Again, we get the download button, and we just need to right click, get the link location. We can come back here and we can drop that in. Not going to bother setting a blog group, it'll go to the default one. And this is for, maybe I only want this one on a specific customer site. So I might just say build sites only. Add that plugin again. And you'll see we're now building up a list of plugins here. Okay, so these are the ones we can get from WordPress or anywhere else online. Now, if you've bought a plugin and you've had to download it, or it's not the kind of one that you can load directly from there, you have to download your PC, and you ended up on your PC as a zip file, we can actually then add to the local plugin theme library. So this is a local one, in other words, it's on your PC, so we can browse for it. So I just browse. I've got a couple of plugins around here that are in my downloads directory. This is WordFence one, for instance. Let's just open that one up. Again, I'm not going to bother putting anything in here now. I'm just going to add the local plugin. And it will take a second because it's now going to actually upload that plugin to the server, to this actual site, to, in my case it's Lifelong, but to your master site, and it will actually store it on the server in the library. That means it's really quick to install when it comes to install it. It will be like it's an online one, the same as you get with the WordPress directory ones. So, and it appears in our plugins list, exactly the same. So I was going to get another one of those as well. Let me just browse another one. There's donation thermometer. And again, I'm going to add that. And there we are. We've now got 4 plugins in our library. Now we've got to remove plugins from library, so we can select anything and we could click remove. You'll get a prompt. Do you want to do that? I don't at the moment, so I'll cancel that, but you can remove those from the library as you want. So let's go and do a similar thing with the themes. So I need to add a theme. I'm going to WordPress free themes directory. But again, you can upload themes in zip file, or you can get them from wherever you want, any of the free online ones that you can find anywhere. I mean, literally thousands and thousands on the internet. You can download and add them up, upload them as I showed you with the zip file. I was going to pick a couple of these. That's the on these, because that's the download buttons here, you can actually right-click directly and copy that link location. But if you searched for it, for instance, again, I'll look for a red theme and just say, well, I kind of fancy this one. You just have to go to this BizFair, and there we are. Download, copy link location, and I can go back, drop that straight in there. Can fill in each custom if I want, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. This time I'm going to add theme because I don't want to add it to this directory, to this library. I want to add it to the themes library. So let me just add the theme. And there we are. So as you can see, very easy to add in. Once we've got themes and plugins in our library, as I said, we can then actually kind of manage these things more directly because we can specifically identify what themes or what plugins we're actually referring to, and we can apply that against the blog. Okay, that'll cover off adding plugins and themes to the library for this video, and I'll let you enjoy that and pick you up in the next video.